Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today, after leaving the Hasidic cult, I'm going to be cooking a lobster. I have it here in the bag. I'm taking him out right now. He's still alive. Let me show you how he's still moving. He's been in my refrigerator for a whole day. And look, he's moving his hand right now. His claws. See that little leg? So he's definitely still alive. His claws are tied up with these rubber bands. This is my first time that I'm gonna be cooking, and it's gonna be a lobster, and I'm gonna be grilling it. So I don't know how good it's gonna taste or really the exact ways to do it, but we're gonna try it together. And I'm just realizing that I forgot to get something to take the rubber bands off, like a scissor or something, so I'm just gonna probably take it off with my hands because I don't want to pause the video. Hopefully it's not gonna crush my fingers off. And I'm also now realizing that I forgot to Google before I started the video how long you're supposed to cook the lobster, but I think you cook it until it turns red. So right now it doesn't look like the lobster what you usually see. It's still kind of black, but once it should turn, I think, all the way red once it's done. So we're gonna be grilling it. I have here a grill. So I bought this at ShopRite, okay? And I also have some shrimps over here, okay? So I tried to cook these yesterday, but they fell into the cracks of the grill. So what I got today is special bamboo skewers. Yeah. So basically we're gonna like stick them in and cook it like that. Just gonna try this for the first time. This is what's great about leaving the Hasidic cult, that I get to try a lot of things for the first time. Instead of going to synagogue today, happens to be Saturday, which by the way I'll be violating a lot of the laws here, which I'm very happy to do. I would just be going for the millionth time to synagogue and sit there for more hours. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this is holding on by a thread, so maybe the next one I'll stick in from the middle. Okay, that's actually a better way. Matter of fact, let me rip this off. Put this one in like that. There's a bee trying to sting me because I'm sinning, maybe. Or maybe because he just happens to be here and he's hungry. Who knows? Problem is, I'm realizing if I put it in like this, it's gonna grill. It's not gonna have a flat surface on the grill, so maybe I should put it like this. Yeah, but then it's like less. It could fall off easily. Well, I think it's kind of tough. Maybe I should have gotten the shrimps with a tail on. That way, it has more surface area, so it doesn't fall into the cracks of the grill. If anybody knows how to grill shrimp best, let me know in the comments. Okay, so I had a lot more shrimp yesterday, but I cooked them all already. Actually, some of them are still in the grill. They fell in, past tense. Okay, so let's get one more. We're preparing the shrimp first, then we're gonna cook the lobster and then put on the shrimp. Okay, so I have here a few more shrimp left. Stick it in like this all the way. Look at that. Not bad, eh? Okay. So, now, we're not gonna live up to the stereotype of not seasoning the foods. And we're gonna season the shrimps. Okay? So, give me a minute here. I don't have a lot of space. Trying to get my other plates. Okay? So, this is what one shrimp looks like and the other one. So overall, not too bad actually. So we have here salt. So I'm gonna put some. You can still see it on the screen. I forgot to film again in the portrait or whatever. Maybe the other thing it's called, sideways. But that's okay. Maybe then you wouldn't have been able to see my fish. So I don't know. If anybody wants to be my my cameraman, I have one volunteer already. We're looking for more. So feel free to reach out if you want to edit, if you want to give me some equipment like GoPros. So we're looking. Oh, one thing about shrimp in this, lemon always. Okay. I don't know if it makes a big difference while grilling it, but still, it's a good idea. Okay, makes it taste a million times better on any seafood, especially shrimp. Okay, so drench it in lemon. Whoops. Okay. Wait a minute. We had the paper here flying. So okay, it's an improvised video, guys. All right, now we're gonna put black pepper right on the shrimp. So black pepper, fresh black pepper, and the reason I can put this plate on the grill is because I haven't turned it on yet, so it's still I'm using it as a counter. It's not hot. Okay, so these are. Oh, one more thing I wanted to put is I bought paprika, just because I didn't want people to call me white, that I only put salt and pepper as a seasoning. So I'm gonna put some color and flavor, even though I'm not sure what flavor paprika adds. It usually just tastes like nothing. But if that makes you guys happy, then so be it. See, so we got the seasoning now, as they call it. Okay, so like this, turn it over. Okay, alright, and now it's gonna marinate for a few minutes while maybe a little bit more paprika on this one. Okay, so it's now nice and marinated with salt, pepper, paprika, and lemon. Usually I just put salt and pepper on everything I cook. The rest of the seasonings are usually extra. It doesn't really make a difference. It just costs you money in the seasonings, and it's yeah. Alright, so let me make some space here. Okay, so we're gonna turn on the grill. I'm taking Mr. Lobster off, and gotta turn it on. Okay, so the grill is working. Let me close it for a minute. In the meantime, sorry, Mr. Lobster. Now I'm curious if this smaller claws right here, like this one, can this crush a finger or like hurt me at all, or just the big ones, or even can the big ones hurt me, or it's more like a myth. so I'm gonna take it off with my finger. Hopefully it doesn't jump and snaps my finger right off. If yes, that would be great content. Should have gotten like scissors so I don't have to put my fingers right into the mouth of the lion. Oh, this is scary. This is scary. So check it out. It's almost off. I have to rip it off really fast, probably, because if I'm like lingering once it's off, what if he snaps his claws on my hands? So, 3, 2, 1, boom. So the first claw is off. Now he probably is waiting for me. Oh look, he's starting to open it. See that? He's opening it up. So I gotta be careful. Okay. Hold on. Let me put the rubber down. Okay. So now the other claw. Gotta take the rubber off because you can't put the rubber on the fire on the grill. Looks so scary with all these, like, you see the strings. Okay, we got it off safely. Yeah. Look at that. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to open it and eat it and everything. But we'll see. Probably the lobster tail I will be able to. But the rest might be a little tough. This is what he looks like. He's pretty cute, I think. And say goodbye, little lobster. Okay, so the grill is nice and hot. Can you feel the cover? Yeah, it's definitely good. Okay, so we're gonna put him on the grill. Like this. Check him out. He's almost no reaction. I'm gonna sprinkle him with some lemon juice. He's burning alive. Actually, the main thing I think would have been to kill him before. So that was a mistake on my part. Maybe I can still do it now. Let me see. I think you're supposed to like stick it in his head. Oh shit, he's like moving now. You see the, like from pain. Yeah, I should have like killed him all the way. Now it's gonna be hard to take it off. And okay, so I stick the knife into his head. Basically to have a fast dying. He doesn't want to suffer in pain here. It looks like he's still moving his tail, but that might just be a natural reflex. Let me, oh my god, look at that. He's like jumping around. Holy shit, let me get my, I'm wondering if that changes the flavor if I'm putting him on while he's still alive. Whoa. Uh-oh. Setting up here so the camera can stay in place. Okay, so yeah, he's like, I feel so bad for him. He's in a lot of pain, but hopefully it's gonna be all over. Go to sleep, lobster. Go to sleep. Relax. Relax. Probably boiling him would have been an easier death. But also, if I closed the lid, he would also probably have been dead faster. Wow, look how he's like moving around. You guys see that? I think you are able to see it on the camera. This is a pretty cruel way, but hey, a lot of people eat lobster, so gotta hop on the trend. Let me flip him over real quick. And oh my god. Alright, he's fighting with me, I think. Actually, this might not even be a good tool for him. It's like I don't have a good grip. He's like stiffening it up. He's clenching. So it's hard to handle him. He's not relaxed. He's probably still alive. Yeah. His things are still moving. Let me close the lid for a little bit. So that way the heat builds up in there and it will kill him off faster. But hopefully when I open it up, he's not going to be jumping around like a fish. It smells a little bit like burned hair. Let's see. There's some holes behind the grill, so I can see what's going on with him. Okay, so the lid is getting really hot. That way I know the whole temperature in there is hot. It's like a steam room, like a sauna. Okay, there we go. Now what? Is he still alive? But what if he dies in like this weird posture? He like bent his whole tail up. Oh, his tail is starting to turn orange, which means that he's cooked. Yeah, I think he's not moving anymore. His whole tail is like on an angle. You see how it's standing up? Maybe because that's how he died, so it's like a natural permanent position. Rest in peace, lobster. If any vegans are watching this, let me know in the comments. So his whole body on the top is still black. I think it's supposed to turn red. Okay, so now we're gonna put on the shrimps. Okay, so we're dropping one right here and one over here. Put the juice on it. Some more fresh lemon. Fresh lemon is very healthy, even just with water. Ow, it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna close this a little bit. And of course, we have the Snapple, extra large. Let's see. Flip the shrimps. Be careful because the wood got hot, so probably a few minutes in you're gonna have to use the tongues. Ouch. Yeah, the wood definitely is getting hot. I'm gonna flip the lobster over. It's kind of hard to maneuver. I don't know. I think this is not too good tongues. I need a better quality. Oh, look. This whole side is red. This paws turned red. I don't think it was this red before. But his tail is up, you see? I think because he was like in pain while dying, he died in a very stiff position. So I don't know if that's going to affect the flavor as well. But hey, this is a learning process. We're learning together here. So I'm like kind of forcing his tail down now. He's got to be dead by now. Let's hear all the hate comments about killing a lobster. What a cruel guy! What an asshole! Fuck you! Fuck you, dude! Fuck you! Okay. Sheesh! It's kind of tough to flip the shrimp because the wood is hot. Well, it's easier than to flip one shrimp at a time like yesterday. But even like this, I don't really have a surface where to grab it. So I'm trying to flip them around. The lobster tail is still like, it's like making a U shape. It's supposed to be flat. Well, while he's alive, he can bend it, but when he's dead, it's supposed to be relaxed, like a dead body. It's like limp, you know? So he's definitely turning red. Oh wow, his whole tail is red already. Let me leave it a little bit more down. For another few seconds. I'm gonna squeeze some lemon on him. Okay. Check it out. His other side is, the tail is turned red. See that? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Trying to move his paws. Yeah, I'm gonna close the grill for a little bit so you can cook faster. So yeah guys, I'm so glad I'm not Hasidic anymore. Jewish people went through a lot throughout the years, especially the Holocaust, right? So for some reason, after all of that, they found that they have to form their own community. either because they weren't accepted into the rest of the society, or because they just found it more, community. You have people who share the same trauma, the same uh, way of life. So, but what I don't understand is why they, after being bullied and persecuted so much by non-Jews, by Christians, by other countries, by the Nazis, why would they then go and create a community, a hasidic cult, to further oppress them own selves? It's almost like, I think maybe that was the master plan of like Hitler, all these anti-Semites, where they somehow figured that if they will oppress the Jewish people enough, they will eventually go and build their own cult and basically self-hate their own selves. I don't get it. I even think that's the same thing with Israel and Palestine. I think there's a lot of people who are purposefully backing Israel, but they're not backing it all the way. They're backing it just enough so there's always war, and it's never basically a solved issue. It will always be, so the Israeli and Jewish people always live in war and like, all this Palestine going on. They never want a final solution to the issue, whatever it is, either to completely take out Hamas or whatever. They want a semi-solution, so there's always the ongoing problem, because maybe they really do hate Jews. But as Jewish people, I don't identify as Jewish anymore, but obviously my DNA, I was born to Jewish parents, and it doesn't matter if my mother was Jewish or not. When I take a DNA test, it says Ashkenazi Jewish, so that just means that my heritage is Jewish, but my religion could be Christian, it could be atheist, okay? Just because your religion says that I am Jewish doesn't mean that I'm Jewish. But the point is, what I wanted to bring out, look, I'm snipping off his mustache. It got crispy, so now I can break it off. The point is that we don't need to give into all that. We gotta live a happy life without letting other outside forces make our lives bad. And we definitely shouldn't create our own lifestyle and life circumstances that's bad without anybody even. There's one thing when Jews had to live in the concentration camps and didn't have an option, but why would you go and then create your own concentration camp, your own cult? I never understood that. Why? There must be something deeper. It might very well be a whole deep plan of the Nazis and the anti-Semites. They manipulate the Jewish people, so it led to them creating a cult where they're just basically hurting them own selves. It's not like they created a great community where people live and enjoy life. No, it's the very opposite of that. So if somebody is some great philosopher wants to explain it in the comments, I would love to know what this is, or if my observation is correct, or what's going on here. How would an oppressed people then go and create their own? They would oppress them own selves. I don't get it. These shrimps are taking much longer than I expected. I thought that while the lobster is cooking, I would be able to eat shrimp, but it turns out that these shrimp, maybe they are done, but I don't think. I want to see some burntness to them, maybe because they're so close to one another, so it's like creating a cooling effect so it doesn't cook as fast. Who knows? Okay, the lobster I think might be done already because it's already completely red. As you can see, this is the lobster, and it's completely red at this point. Let me just put the tail more in the center, because the tail is the main place that I eat. I have ate lobster before, but I've never cooked it before by myself. So what I ate before is lobster tail, but then it was already nice prepared, taken out of the tail, and not so scary. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm gonna prepare the next plates. Maybe I will. Shit, I'm starting to lose my patience. I want the shrimp already, but I don't think they're anywhere near done. So what else can I say in the meantime? If anybody's even listening, I many times make these videos where I'm just yapping around and saying stuff, because if I have to make a video where I just have to say points like what I just said about Jews creating their own oppressed circle or box, that's a point that let's say if I want to make a video, I can think about that before I start the video and just say that one point. It's gonna be like, hey, I just thought, why do you have to create a box? And that's it. But, well, many times I don't even think about it before. So if I start a video, I cook or whatever I do, I work out or something, and then I can start talking stuff as it comes out. It's almost like a podcast. That's why podcasts are so great, because you don't have to, you just talk and talk for like an hour or two, and stuff start to come out. And especially when you have another person that asks you questions and like steers the conversation to different directions, then new things that you have in your head comes out. But to say it in a script, first of all, it doesn't sound as interesting, but also it doesn't always pop into your head. These good ideas can come into your head randomly in the middle of the day, but you're not making a video, then you don't always have time to just, sometimes I do make a note like this, I should make a video about this, or I should mention this in the next video, but it's hard to just come up with this stuff to make a whole video with a title about a certain subject. You know what I'm saying? So let me take off this shrimp. Whoops. Look, the wood broke off because it's starting to get, the wood got done faster than the shrimp. It looks, the shrimp still doesn't even really have any burned grill marks. So let's see, I'm gonna put some lemon. Hold on, I want to show you this very spectacular shrimp. So this is the shrimp. Okay, so I'm putting some lemon, fresh squeezed lemon. Okay. And now I'm gonna use my fork. Where did I put my fork? Is this hot? I'm trying to feel. I think not anymore. So now I just gotta rip off one shrimp and try it. I don't know if it's hot. It's pretty good. I think I put too much paprika. It was like a strong plain paprika flavor. So after leaving, oh, the wood. I left the wood stick from the thing in it and it started to burn. That's why there's the smoke and it smells. The lobster is starting to burn as well. And take it off soon. But what did I want to say? After I left the Hasidic cult, I had to start cooking for my own, yeah? Every day I'm eating. It's cheaper that way. Well, supposedly, even though sometimes I think buying cheap food, like just to eat, might be cheaper than, like, let's say right now, I bought a lobster to cook myself. If I would have just wanted to eat, I would have went to a deli and got like an $8 sandwich versus the lobster and the shrimp were like probably $30-$40. So anyways, that's a side note, but the point is, after I left, I had to start cooking for myself. And usually Hasidic kids, boys, are not taught how to cook at all. It's for the woman. When you get married, your wife is gonna start cooking for you, and then your mother, and in school you get food. So at first I was scared. I didn't know anything about cooking, but one of the things, as I'm learning for the last few years, one of the great rules that I can say if somebody cooks for themselves is, think about this. You know how steak, you can eat it rare and it's almost like, it's basically raw in the middle many times, and it's perfectly safe to eat, right? What is that all about? Basically what that made me, and the same thing with sushi, you can eat raw fish, and you can eat shrimp also that's raw, like a cocktail shrimp. Obviously those shrimp and fish and beef are probably a higher quality, more fresh. But if you can eat that completely raw and you're worried about cooking something, like let's say right now, I'm burning the lobster. Before, I would burn it probably way more because I wasn't sure if it's cooked or not. I rather wanted to be on the safe side. But now, I'm still kind of making my food well done, but in my mind, I know that, listen, if you can eat this raw, worst case, I made it medium rare or like well done. I don't have to burn it to a crisp to feel safe to eat it. So let me know what you think about that. Now let's take off the, you know what, I'm just gonna turn off the grill. And take off this shrimp thing. Yeah. Okay. So just turn the grill off because I don't have too much space on my plate to put a whole lobster and the shrimp. So all his side legs got basically completely burned. But I don't think I would have been able to eat it. It's very small, it's hard to open it. But I know some people eat it. Gotta be on camera. Trying to get the shrimp off without the whole plate and all the shrimp falling on the ground. And then my whole work goes to garbage. You know what? I think the way how you're supposed to eat them is just bite it right off. I think the grilled shrimp would taste much better if I had the tail on. I've eaten grilled shrimp already before in restaurants where it was grilled, and it had a whole different taste. I think if you cook it with the tail, without the veins or the peel, but just the tail, I think that would have somehow preserved it and cooked it better. But it might have nothing to do with that. I don't know. Okay. Now to the lobster. It might need a lot of time to cool. We'll see. So guys, check him out. There's a 360 view of the lobster. So as you can see, it turned all the way red. Remember, it was black before. Go back to the beginning of the video to see the difference. His legs got burned to a crisp, so now it's black. See how I just broke off his legs? So that's like a crispy ash. But the rest of the body should still be good. So it's kind of hot. I know it has a lot of moisture in it, so that could be really hot when I break it off to try to eat it. So this is cool. Can use this as a table now. And let's see. I wish I can cool it fast somehow. So this is what he looks like right now. It's definitely dead. Oh wow, look. His this is interesting. His shell got so burned over here that the meat got exposed. So this is the meat. Usually this is really hard to crack open. I thought I wasn't even gonna be able to crack it open, but apparently the shell gets burnt, not too hard to burn it, and it just exposed the meat, so now I can take it right out. Now I forgot to get butter. I know you're usually supposed to eat lobster with butter, but I don't have any butter. Even if I do, it wouldn't be the melty butter or whatever. So but I do have lemons. So this is a piece of lobster. It's not too bad. I think the tail is better. But for the claws, and I'm really happy how easy this came out, because I wouldn't have been able to open it with my plain hands. But because I grilled it, it just opened right up. It like burned the outside shell completely. So now you see this. If I would have tried to open it with my hands, this would have couldn't put too much power to try to break it, because this would have stung my hands. So because it burned, I can just open it without a lot of I don't have to press the shell too hard. I just almost take it right off. So check it out, another piece. It looks a little weird because it's grilled and I wasn't prepared by Gordon Ramsay. Okay, so we ate the claws. Claws? I think that's what they called. Paws, claws. Claws. CLOWS or whatever. Okay. Oh, let me take up this one. This has a lot of the disgusting green. I don't know. I know some non-Jewish people really like that, but to me, that's kind of disgusting. But I'm just eating the plain meat. Okay. So I got another piece here. Yeah. Look at that green. I don't know what it's called. To me, it looks like shit. So I'm definitely not gonna eat that part. So there's very little meat actually. See this thing, if I can even get it open. Yeah, I don't want to eat the green stuff. It doesn't look very appetizing. So, oh, wow, I would say because how easy everything comes off, I think it's all because I grilled it. So grilling is the way to go. It also would take away that lobster could have a really bad taste sometime, because let's say that if you boil it, all the green stuff would have went into the water and like put a flavor into the whole lobster of that. First time I had lobster, it kind of tasted bad. I think that was the reason why, because it was boiled. But if you grill it, it should be better. So see here, the meat is exposed already. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Thankfully I didn't drop it. 5-second rule maybe would have applied here. Who knows? Okay, this is all we got. This is the biggest part of the lobster. It's very small. Half of it is contaminated with that green shit. But we're still gonna eat it. So I'm gonna sprinkle some lemon. And bite into it. I don't want to think about the green stuff. I just bite into it. So yeah, here's this whole part is just look into that. It's full of wow, I've never seen that much. It looks like brain fluid or shit of the lobster. It's probably more like brain in the organ. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, if it's the stomach and the shit, it's pretty interesting because it's right where the head. You see his head is right here. Here you can still see his eyes. See the eyes? So his organs is pretty close to, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not a lobster expert. The main thing what we learned is it turns red once it's ready to eat, once it's cooked. And when it's grilled, the shell just disintegrates, or whatever you say it. So you can break it very easily and eat it. So this is what's left of the lobster. It's not a lot of meat, but for a video, it was worth it to spend the money just to eat it with my self, that I don't make a lot of money because I wasn't given a proper education by the hasidic cult. Not worth to buy this. But to make a video where YouTube will pay me maybe $2 for the video, it was worth it. And if you subscribe to this channel, to Joseph Krause's YouTube channel, then it was even more worth it. And if you go and you follow me on Instagram, Joseph Kraus 18, then it was even more worth it. And if you like the video, you comment and you watch other videos, you like it, and you share it. The biggest thing you can do is share, because when you share, basically everything you can do, somebody else does as well. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.